Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is episode 12 of Manifest with Me in March. Side note, if you want to find out how to get this makeup and this hair look, then I'm uploading a makeup and a hair tutorial really soon. It might be uploaded before or after this, so you'll see it right away. If you're interested, then just check out that video. I spent some extra time getting ready today because I just felt like I really needed to feel pretty and just do the whole makeup thing. And a lot of you guys have been asking lately, when are you gonna post another makeup tutorial? And so I finally did it, okay? But back to Manifest with Me. Where are we at in the moon cycle? It is now the first quarter moon, which is called the action phase of the moon cycle. When you look up in the sky, the moon will look as if it's split in half, maybe a little bit more at this point, because the moon is currently in a waxing phase, which means we're heading towards the full moon. Now, this phase of the moon will last for a couple more days, and this is the time where it is very imperative to take action. Radical action towards your manifestations, towards your dreams, and towards your desires. Do you have to take all of your action during this time? No. There could be certain goals that you have, such as purchasing your own home, which will obviously take more than just a couple days of action in order to make that manifest. What's important is that you plant a seed, that you do something, that you get the energy and momentum going, especially during this phase of the moon. So it's all about energy, it's all about momentum, and it's all about just keeping that vibe going. So your homework for today, or what you're going to do today, is you are going to get your little notebook or your journal, or you're gonna pull up a note in your phone or a Word document on your computer, and you're gonna write down each one of your manifestations again. You already have a list of your manifestations written down and you have your vision board you've made at this point, okay? So you can put that next to you, you can have your vision board pulled up, you can have your list of manifestations written down already, and you're going to just write them again. You don't have to write them in detail. Like for instance, you want to manifest purchasing your own home. You just write that, purchase a home. Then underneath that, you're going to write ideas for action steps. You're gonna basically write as many ideas as you can possibly think of how you could possibly make this happen. You're going to break it down, okay? Now we are in the middle of a lockdown, in the middle of a quarantine. So there's certain things we just will not be able to do right now. There's certain action we won't be able to take, even if we really wanna do it or we're ready, because of the situation, okay? But even the very act of creating action steps and this planning and this researching is still part of taking action, okay? So I want you guys to know that it's not exactly what you do, it's just that you do something, anything, to get the energy and the momentum going towards what it is you're trying to manifest. So let's go with the whole purchasing a home thing. Ideas for action steps for that, okay, just off the top of my head. Maybe since you want to purchase a home, obviously you're gonna have to figure out the money situation. If you're ready, then maybe it's something like contacting your bank or that's something you might need to do. Contact your bank, look into loans, or transfer the cash, or whatever it is. Obviously finances is gonna be a huge part of that. Let's say in that situation, hypothetically, you're starting from nothing. Maybe you just have a minimum wage job, you really don't have much savings, maybe there's some debt. Maybe part of your action steps could be steps to ideas on how to pay off debt, or ideas on how to budget, or download budget software, or save up so I can contact a financial planner, or so each little action step you want to take might even have like sub action steps, okay? So keep that in mind, that you might have a huge list of action steps, and each action step could have even more action step. Like for the house, gonna need the money. Okay, how am I gonna get the money? Okay, I might need to do this. I might need to get a second job. I might need to start saving. I might need to start budgeting. So there could be ideas on like little things you could do, like start looking up recipes that are budget meals so that I can cut back on my grocery bill, or look into, there's lots of ideas, lots of different ways that you can cut back, or you can come up with finances. Maybe something you can do is start looking online for homes, and just start looking at price points, and start looking at neighborhoods that you like, or start researching different states or countries or places that would be really cool for you to live. You could even decide to look at open houses, even if you don't have the money yet, or the means yet, or the ability yet to purchase the home. Once this whole crazy lockdown thing is over and it's safe to do so, maybe just every once in a while you can pop into an open house. You don't want to waste anybody's time if you're not like ready to buy yet, but just poke around a little bit, grab a brochure, and just start kind of putting some energetic feelers out to manifest your home, or go for walks in neighborhoods that have the types of homes that you'd like to purchase, and imagine yourself in them. There's so many different ideas. This is just one example, okay? So you're basically gonna write down each manifestation, and you're gonna come up with as many action steps as you can. And then you're gonna put like a little star, or like a little dot, or a little emoji by all the action steps that you know that you can do right now during this quarantine. Some action steps, like researching and planning or emailing somebody, you could do during this quarantine, okay? But other things are gonna require you to get out there in the world, and we just can't do that right now. If all you do during this next couple days is just write down ideas for action steps and plan and research that a little bit, that is more than enough, okay? Some action you just can't take right now, and maybe you're just not really feeling it. Some of us are tired, we have cabin fever, maybe you're just not really feeling it. So some people are worried, like, did I do enough? Or, oh no, I didn't take enough action, is it gonna manifest? Well, remember we talked a couple episodes back about timing, especially with some of our bigger manifestations, could take some time to manifest. But there's always ideas that you can have. There's always little researching and planning that you can do. And so that's what the next couple days are gonna be about, okay? Now, it could also be a good idea to go online and research when the next, 5 or 6 first quarter moons are going to be, and put a reminder in your calendar for that, so that you get alerted. Oh, it's the first quarter moon. So next month, when it's the first quarter moon, you can go back to this list, you can look at your action steps, and you can pick a couple different action steps to work on. The next month, same thing. Oh, it's the first quarter moon. You can look back to this list that you've made 2 months before, look at some of the action steps, and pick a couple more and do them. 6 months from now, meow, 6 months from now, you can actually still do this. A year from now, 2 years from now, you can still be going off this list, okay? Some things just take a while to manifest. Now, can you take action, let's say next month during the full moon, or during the new moon, or during the balsamic moon, you still want to take action towards some of these things. That's fine, anytime you want, anytime you feel called to. No matter what's going on with the moon, you can always look at this action step manifestation list, and you can take action whenever you want, okay? Just make sure every month during the first quarter moon, you just do something off that list, or you just try. Even if it's just like the effort, it's the momentum, and the seeds that you plant, the things that you do, the energy you have is gonna be more increased naturally during this time, okay? So I'm not saying that you can't take action. The only time you can take action is these 5 or 6 days a month, every single month, and that's it. Like, there's some projects that you might have or some manifestations you might want to do that might require you to take action every single day. I'm a huge advocate of like one thing a day towards your dreams, okay? So we're gonna keep talking more about this over the next couple days so you guys can understand more about this cycle, but this is gonna be your homework to basically make this list, okay? Tomorrow I'm gonna post a video where I'm gonna show an example so you can actually physically see it. For any of you guys who just like need to see that and need to see me going through the process of like writing it down and like going on my computer and doing that, I'll do that. But really, it's not too hard. Just write down, okay, I want to manifest some new clothes. What are some action steps for that? Like, what are some ways I can maybe get some money for that over the next few months? Or what are some styles I'm interested in? What are the looks I want? Or, maybe I can make a wish list or whatever. You guys know my mind instantly goes to clothes and fashion and everything. So I'm gonna end this little chat by telling you guys about the action steps and like how I kind of managed this whole thing when it came to me manifesting traveling. Okay, so I made a big vision board a couple years ago of traveling and all the places that I wanted to travel to and all the things that I wanted to do. And I put pictures of like me being on the plane and me with the suitcase, or Egypt and France and the Eiffel Tower and India and Italy, and it's so crazy. I've literally gone all those places now. Everything is manifested and continues to manifest. But at the time, I was struggling financially. I was kind of depressed. I didn't know where to start. And I was learning how to manifest with the moon cycle. So this is what I did. I just wrote down in a Word document, traveling the world. So, didn't quite have the money yet, but I was like, okay, what action steps can I take? Well, first of all, I need to figure out exactly where I want to go and exactly how long I want to stay. I knew I wanted to be a digital nomad. I knew that I wanted to go travel. I knew that like I wanted to like leave and basically not come back to America. So I just started with the first thing I knew, which was France. I knew I wanted to go to France. So I went on Airbnb and I found like a whole bunch of really cool places that I wanted to book. I started looking into like what's the average price, which was intimidating because I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna afford this? But still, like, positive energy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this happen. So it's cool because I made a wish list of all the different places that I wanted to stay and like which ones were my favorite and everything. And then I looked up how much flights from LA to Paris were and kind of looked at average prices for that. And so I like started basically coming up with the numbers of how much money I was gonna need. And then I started researching like other digital nomads and like what their budget was and like how much food was gonna cost. I talked to my husband a lot. He's pretty good with numbers and about like how much is this gonna cost? How much should we save up before we go? He already was like working online and like I kind of was at that time too. So I knew like I needed to continue to grow my business. I needed to save and like he needed to continue to grow his. And so like I had also written down like plans for like how I wanted to grow my online businesses. My husband was kind of working on growing his stuff too. I had written down plans for like how can I make more money? How can I save more money? So I had like a huge old list of that. I also had at one point like I drew up like this little thermometer thing, like and it had 0 at the bottom, and it was like in $50 or $100 increments all the way up to, I don't even remember how much money I saved, like $5,000, $6,000, something like that. I saved up thousands of dollars, and I opened up a savings account, and I just started by putting $100 in it. So I just started like right there, and I had this thing hanging on my wall, and like I colored it in. And so I just started making it kind of a game for myself. Like I didn't set a goal like by this day or by this time or in like this many weeks I have to save this much. I just had it hanging there, and I saw it every single day when I woke up in the morning and like when I went to sleep, and like it just was on my mind. So every time I wanted to like spend all my money on Alo Yoga, or I wanted to like, I don't know, go buy more shoes or something, or like go blow money with my friends, or I just would look at that thing hanging on my wall and I was like, this is my priority. This is my priority. I came up with ideas on how to have more fun with my friends for free. I, obviously started budgeting. So over time, over months, I kept shading in this thing, and that little thermometer on my wall, it kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And like the more I started saving, like the more fun it became, the more exciting it became. And the more little action steps I could cross off my list, the more, the better I felt. And I'm not really an organized person. I'm not really a planner 100%. Like I'm a really free spirit, go with the flow Aquarius. So a lot of the action steps I wrote down on my list, I like didn't cross off or like I didn't do, but somehow like my intuition and my spirit and my energy kept guiding me towards steps that I needed to take. So don't feel bad if like you make this list and like you end up taking a different kind of action. Let go of timelines. Like I said, I had no idea when I'd actually leave and travel. I just kind of let that go and just started working like, what can I do today? So every day I woke up and was just like, what can I do today? I looked at my list of action steps and I picked one. So that's my advice for you guys, is just do something little every day. You might be in the research and planning phase for months on one of your big goals or dreams. There might be some things like you just don't even feel ready to start with. You might write down a lot of ideas on what you can do, but you might not even approach the action for like a year or something. But at least you set your intention, you made a vision board, and some things do miraculously manifest even without your action. So there's some things you just take a little action and like an opportunity comes and you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Other things you do have to work very hard at. So that's my little story for you guys about how I was able to save up money and like the steps I took to manifest traveling. There was a lot more that went into it, but my best advice to you is just to trust your intuition and trust your spirit, and give yourself the time to like sit down and just think really hard and like break things down step by step. And like I mentioned, when you write down an action step, that very action step might lead you to realize, in order to take that action step, I need to take this action step. In order to take this action step, I'm gonna have to take that action step. So start with where you wanna be and then like work yourself backwards from there, okay? We're gonna get a lot more into this. Just get that list out, get it started, write down whatever action steps come to your mind. Going to keep working on this. If you're excited, if you're pumped, I'm pumped too. You guys can tell I'm like really high energy, intense today. I did a lot of personal readings for you guys, and my energy always gets so boosted and so intense during this time in the moon cycle. So if any of you guys out there are feeling restless or like super energetic or just so ready, maybe this whole exercise will help you like unleash some of that energy. So get moving, making that list, take your action and start having fun with it. Remember, it's not about doing the right things. It's not about doing the whole thing perfectly. It's not about, oh no, I didn't do that one meditation Rainbow said to do, or I didn't write the descriptions on my vision board. So did I mess up and now things won't manifest? No, just do your best, do some stuff. Next month you try again. I will say, I'm gonna have a whole episode on this, but I will end this by saying, next month on the new moon, you're gonna ask for different things. Like if you are praying for a soulmate or for a husband or something, and you wrote that down in detail, you made your vision board, and now you're writing action steps. Next month on the new moon, don't write that down again. Don't make a vision board for that again. you can continue to take action steps, especially during the first quarter moon or anytime you feel compelled to, but there's a point in this process where you have to trust that you have thoroughly set the intention, that you have clearly set the intention. From there on, all you can really do is just continue to take action as you're guided to, and then surrender, trust, and release. So the full moon and the balsamic moon, we're going to be talking all about surrender, trusting, releasing, and all of that. But I hope this answers some questions about this action phase thing. Don't panic like you only have a couple days to take all this action. Like, best thing you can do is just write this list. Bonus points for doing like 1 or 2 things off the list, or doing some researching and planning. Even if it's just a couple minutes a day, you're enough. What you're feeling guided to do, what you end up doing is enough. Trust yourself, trust your spirit. Don't force yourself to do too much if you're not ready. If you need to just quit Manifest with Me and like you're like, I just can't write this list right now, then follow this playlist and come back next month or the month after when you feel ready. This playlist, this series will always be here for you on my channel for free. There's some months where like I start manifesting and I do the process and then I give up halfway through and like I forget about it. Happens all the time. I still manifest some of the stuff. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes 6 months or a year later, all of a sudden I remember it and I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably like take action towards that. Trust your natural process. You'll get better at this. It's not about being perfect. It's just about doing you. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to be taking a lot of action this week. You're going to be seeing a lot of content on the channel. This is a great time to purchase a personal reading from me. I'm actually caught up, you guys. I think there's one person I emailed and said, hey, it's coming. I'm probably doing that tomorrow, but I am completely caught up on readings. I have space. I'm thankful to have the clients I have right now. If you need to talk, I'm here for you. And free content coming to the channel every single day, okay? I will see you guys soon. Peace out.